I have some fantastic news for you guys. I have recorded 40 minutes worth of footage of me lining hair today. I've been very busy with the tail end of Artfight and still have over 20 attacks to churn out, but in the spirit of not letting all those recordings go to waste, I'll still try to outline my general process here. As you can see, my initial sketches don't have much form to them. They're mostly just indicating the direction that I want locks of hair to fall. And something very important to note before anyone takes this as gospel, because I do not want to fuck anybody over like the How to Draw anime books did for kids in the 2010s, my style doesn't prioritize directional lighting. My intent with hair is to create cool textures and shapes that I personally enjoy drawing. Most of the shapes that I use are what come naturally to my hand. I love drawing curly hair because of the squiggles I get to do, so the natural sweet spot will be different for everybody. My goal is to make art low stress, and everything beyond that is just a bonus. Back on track now. If you can hear my cat playing, I am so sorry. Anyways, I like to outline chunks of shadow without much thought as to where I put it, just to kind of get myself started. I build up the dark parts, possibly using the fill bucket to kind of save time if I wanted a lot of the hair to be in shadow. And then I generally start with some strands stemming from those spots, the ones I filled in. Tilt sensitivity is my best friend when it comes to lining hair. That's what lets me get those thicker, softer lines for the shaded areas. But if you don't have a stylus that enables that, then hatching or cross-hatching can get the same effect. You can see me use both ways in all of these pieces interchangeably. Something you'll also see a lot is me using the erase tool, or drawing a thick line and then erasing the middle and turning it into a strand. I don't pay much mind to neatness, and utilizing the eraser tool freely is a super fun way to add extra texture and detail and value variation. Pay close attention to the braids in some of these pieces because I use that technique a lot for them. There is a lot of erasing. The last thing I generally keep in mind is contrast. I don't always want the shadows to be touching each other, and I feel like it gives my art a cool kind of shiny effect when the lightest parts of the line art, or, well, the unlined parts, are right next to the darkest parts. My tones don't blend outward in every direction, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, there's some areas that have a kind of gradient, but generally I do separate the areas that are shaded from the areas that aren't, in a way kind of akin to cell shading. I outline the area, I hatch it until it looks gray, but there's no extra mid-tones between that. It doesn't look blurry. So I just keep adding layers, patches of hatching, and erase until I feel like it's done. I think my hair always has a slightly different finish from piece to piece, and not just in a texture way. But like the best thing I ever started doing was just allowing it to be imperfect and a little bit inconsistent. If I'm getting frustrated or if it's not going the way that I want it to, I can just kind of scribble. I can make lines, make fun shapes and shadows in various places, and I either like the result or I can scrap it and start anew once I'm more motivated. So win-win. Either I end up making something I like just by being really loose, or I get my pent-up energy out by making random curl patterns and then giving up and making myself some tea and coming back to it later. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know my advice isn't particularly tangible. I can't articulate it very well. I'm kind of trying. I'm doing my best. I scripted this whole thing. Like, come on, give me some credit. But I hope this could help you in some way. Art should be fun. And always make sure to congratulate yourself after drawing something, even if you don't like it, because not doing that is just gonna make you hate drawing. I'm talking from experience. Be nice to yourselves. Okay, bye.